Hey everyone, got a topic for today. I know it's past Valentine's Day and all that nonsense, but it's going to be hip hop love songs. My favorite, top 10 to be exact. I'm kind of sick, so I might be coughing intermittent, every now and then, but whatever. Anyways, number one, it's Common Sense. I Used to Love Her. From the album Resurrection, released in '94. This is a bit of a classic. Most hip hop fans should know it already. But my favorite lines are the first few bars. It goes like, I met this girl when I was 10 years old, and what I loved much, she had so much soul. She was old school. When I was just a shorty, never knew throughout my life she would be there for me. And basically, he's referring to hip hop. When he was 10, he found out what it was. He was 10 back in, I believe, the 80s. So, I guess he was listening to 80s hip hop and he just fell in love with it, basically. Um, you know, there was so much soul, like, soul sampling and whatnot, soul music. She was old school when I was just shorty. Old school, they consider 80s hip hop old school, especially back when this was made because this is '94. And he was just a kid back then. Never knew throughout my life she would be there for me. Obviously. He became a rapper and he's been rapping for about 22, 23 years now. So, quite a while. But I guess he knew even then that he'd be rapping for a while. And hip hop or her would be there for him. Anyways, number two, Lupe Fiasco, Sunshine, from his debut album, Food and Liquor. Another classic, album. My favorite song off the album, personally. Released in 2006. My favorite bars, once again, go, relationship is just 30 minutes long. It's kind of heavy, maybe a little strong. Gonna take much more than once. Can't trust what each of us say, at least for a month or two before I bid you adieu. Do this one thing for me. Out of the trillions of numbers that's in the world, just leave me a few that lead to you. Won't be long, and I'll see you in the morning. Cool. And basically he's saying, well, basically it's another love song about hip hop. But love is love, so regardless of what exactly it is they're loving, this is a great song. And it's one giant metaphor, basically. Relationship is just 30 minutes long. 30-minute long album or EP or whatnot. You know, Won't take much more than once. You want to listen to the album obviously more than once to fully get everything about it and understand it. Do this one thing for me. Out of the trillions of numbers in the world, just leave me a few that lead to you. That line could be interpreted as towards an actual female, but I'm sure it's a metaphor for music as well. I would have to actually think about that one for a minute again. Anyways, on to number three, by Quest. This song is called Biscayne Boulevard, from his mixtape Searching Sylvan, released in 2014. My favorite line, once again, shit is looking shit is looking shallow on the surface, but feelings get real when you get caught up in the deep end. Sitting in your car, all we listen to is Nas late nights. We don't even have a reason. Too afraid to ask if you leaving. I know you got work in the morning. I don't want to keep you out late. This love shit feeling like an outbreak. Plus I keep staring everywhere. Swear to God, his lips looking sweeter than a pound cake. And this one, okay, is actually a song like directly made for a woman, not talking about hip hop or anything like that. So basically he's saying it's looking shallow, like everything's just superficial. They that it looks like they're only together because of their outward appearance, but that they actually have feeling for one another, and the feelings getting deep. He's sitting in her car listening to Nas late at night for no reason, just because they want to spend time with one another. Too afraid to ask you to leaving. I know you got work in the morning. Don't want to keep you out late. He's saying she got to work in the morning. He wants to spend time with her. He doesn't ask if she's leaving because, she might actually decide to leave then. And he's wanted to spend so much time with her, he doesn't want her to leave at all. Love's feeling like an outbreak. Basically, he feels like a virus. He feels sick, because it's so strong and overwhelming of a feeling. Let's keep staring everywhere. Swear to God, these looking sweeter than pound cake. Basically, he's like just checking her out completely, staring at everything, staring at her lips, saying how sweet they look. Like he must, taste them, obviously. Rolling right along. 4. Tupac, Do for Love. From the album Are You Still Down? Remember Me. Released in 1998. I should have seen you with trouble, but I was lost, trapped in your eyes. Feel like I could probably getting tossed. No need to lie. You had a man and I knew it. You told me, don't worry about it. We could do it now. I'm under pressure. Make a decision because I'm waiting when I'm alone. I'm on the phone having secret conversations. I want to take your misery, replace it with happiness, but I need your faith in me. I'm a sucker for love. And that basically is, he should have seen she was trouble, but he was trapped in her eyes. Feel like I probably getting tossed. No need to lie. He was saying he should have known better that she was a troubled individual, but she just looked so attractive that he just couldn't help himself, and he was just too preoccupied on his mind with getting into bed with her. Basically, he's not gonna lie about it because she had a boyfriend, so that's a bad sign. And she told him, "Oh, don't worry, we could do it anyway. Doesn't matter." And now he's stressing out, and he doesn't know what to do because she's causing him problems, and he'd rather be happy, or well, I'll take your misery, replace it with happiness. He wants them both to be happy, basically, but he needs her to trust him because he's a sucker for love. So he's having feelings for her and whatnot, even though she is a man, and it's making things complicated. 5. Immortal Technique. You never know. From his album Revolutionary Volume 2, released in 2003. Hold the person that you love closely if they're next to you, the one you love, not the person that'll simply have sex with you. Appreciate them to the fullest extent and then beyond, because you never really know what you got until it's gone. This one is another telling of a story about a woman. Might be real, I'm not sure, but it's one of the honestly one of the saddest songs I've ever heard. He's telling a story about the woman like that he loves, basically, and at the end of the story, basically, he dies. She dies, and he's saying, hold the person you love close to you, not just someone that'll lay with you, sleep with you, and whatnot, but the person you really love, because you never know, like, when you're gonna lose them, because he lost her, and it's unfortunate, and he's telling basically the story and giving a warning to people who aren't, or who are taking things for granted, the people close to them. And it's really sad. Like, it's a long song, but I really definitely recommend it. Anyways, it's now 6 is Drake, Brand New, from the mixtape So Far Gone, released in 2009. This one is hard to classify as hip hop because he's singing, but I mean, it's whatever. Anyways, that's like some of my favorite lines is this here is on some truthful shit. It seems like everything I do, you're used to it. And I hate hearing stories about who you've been with. That's when I gotta hide what I'm feeling inside. So you still think I'm confident and it is gonna last. You're up on a pedestal. Are we moving too fast? Feels like I'm in crazy competition with the past. That's why I gotta ask. And then, it comes in. But this one, it's kind of difficult to consider a rap, but since he does rap and he does sing, and he considers himself a rapper first and foremost, I believe it's still fair to put it. I'd say. So it's my favorite song off the mixtape for sure, and it's another one that's a great love song, but kind of depressing. He's basically talking about a woman who, um, he's asking her if anything he's doing is brand new to her, or has she been through it all before and she's not impressed and not excited and not going to wind up staying with him because he's not exciting her enough to keep her wanting to stay with him in a relationship. Very, very relatable song. 7. Kendrick Lamar, She Needs Me. From the Kendrick Lamar EP, released in 2009 as well. On the red carpet, dress matching his suit, she holding his arm. She waves at her moms in the wave of the world, got the world in her palms. He head in the clouds, stargazing, and called her on the stage, her proposal was waiting. He bent down, got on one knee. She looked him in the eye and said she needs me. She needs me. She needs me. She needs me. Even if we seem to separate eventually, it'll come to pass, and she'll need me. I need her. We need we. And basically he's telling the story of it's another story about a relationship. In the beginning, he paints a picture of this woman that is, a woman that anyone would like to be in a relationship with. He starts listing her positive traits, like hardworking, loyal, dedicated, educated, and whatnot. And then over the story, how they grow up, and by the end, she winds up with someone else. But he proposes, and as you can see from those lines, it doesn't go well. She says no, and that she needs Kendrick, basically. And then he says, even if we seem to separate, eventually it'll come to pass. Like they broke up for a while and they didn't talk for whatever reason. Maybe she was too busy. And then, but always sure realized that they were meant to be together. So it's all good in the end. 8. Lost Boys, Renee. This is from the album Legal Drug Money, released in 1996. This is a classic. I heard it since I was a kid. I freaking love it. The video really fits too. Tells the story quite nicely. Favorite lines. She started feeling on my chest. I started feeling on the breast, and there's no need for me to stress the rest. Hey yo, I got myself a winner. We sparked a blunt before we ate, and a blunt after we ate dinner. She had a tattoo on. She only wanted Joe to see. But first dim the lights and turn up to Joe to see. I'm like, whatever, shorty, rock, we can swing it like that. Cause on the Rio, this is where it's at. So for the fourth song or so in a row, it's like telling a story pretty nicely of a relationship and how he met her. At the beginning, he meets her on the train or whatever, and then unfortunately, it goes south again, just like the previous I think song. But he's talking about his love and how at the end she dies in a shooting, and it's basically a ghetto thing, like in the hood. Because he says in the hook, ghetto love is the law that we live by every day. Every day, I wonder why my shorty had to die. And he's just saying you can find love, but you can lose it being in the hood, just in a random shooting, and not fair at all. 9. Charles Hamilton. In case I actually get her. From the mixtape, Well, Isn't This Awkward? Released in 2009. I don't even know what I'm about to do, but I do know the eyes give out the truth. Lies and mouth pollution, so I gotta figure out a solution without abusing everything I am about, so how can I do this? Feels like I'm about to lose it. Girl, you got a mouth, just use it. Your eyes fucking talk too much for me to hear you. I think this time I'll be near you, in clear view. And basically, he's saying he doesn't know what to do, but that, like, the eyes don't lie, and lies are mouth pollution. So he's saying like when you lie, you're just polluting the air and whatnot. It's a metaphor or something bad. You gotta figure out a solution without abusing. You gotta figure out the way to solve things. You know, feels like I'm about to lose it. Girl, you got a mouth, just use it. He's telling her to talk, speak the truth, and he wants to be closer. Basically, he's just saying that he wants her because the song is called "In Case I Actually Get Her." The whole song is about actually getting into a relationship with the person that you're pining after and whatnot, instead of beating around the bush and playing coy and whatnot. Basically, um, and 10. Last but not least, LL Cool J, "Hey Lover," from the album Mr. Smith, released in 1996. A classic I heard as a child. Um, my favorite lines from it were "I kissed you softly and you yearn for more. Pleasure, we experienced pleasure unparalleled. Into an ocean of love we both fell, swimming in the timeless currents of pure bliss. Fantasies interchanging with each kiss, undying passion unites our souls. Together we swim into the point of no control. But it's a fantasy. It's a fantasy. It won't come true. We never even spoke, and your man swear he love you. So I'ma keep all the feelings inside, keep my dreams alive until the right time." So basically, once again, it's about a woman he's not in a relationship with yet, but he wants to be. He saw her before. He's fantasizing about her, and he's saying he wants to be with her, but she has a boyfriend, and he's basically just rapping about all the ways that he feels about her and what he wants to do with her exactly, and that he's gonna let her stay with her boyfriend until the time is right. Like when they break up or whatever, and she realizes she want to be with him basically, because keep my dreams alive until the right time. But it's just like my 10 favorite hip hop songs about the topic of love, because love is one of my favorite topics, obviously. And before this video run on any longer than it needs to be, I'm just gonna say once again, thanks for watching and enjoy.